Hello and welcome to another session of Mindful Data Mind. In this session, we will be talking about SAS data type and we will also see how we can calculate values in SAS data step. In SAS, we have two data types, a character and numeric data type. All the variables or all the columns which you can think of are basically divided into a character or a numeric type in SAS. If I open the output window from the code which I have written in the previous session, so if you see region is a character type, and if I see sales, it's numeric type. If I talk about dates, then SAS store date as a numeric data type only. This is similar to how the Excel stores the date. So for this, what I'll do is I'll simply write a number 1. Okay, and if I change the format from general to date, it should give me a date. So let's assume I'll write some random number here, and if I try to put a format as short date, it will give me a date out of it. So similarly, if I write, let's say 3500, again I change it using the format, I'll get the date as 31st of July 1909. That means 3500 represent this particular date. So similar to how we are able to see it in Excel, SAS stores the date in a numeric format, and then when we want to see the dates, it applies a date format to it and then shows us the date. So if you see, we are able to see a format here $12, which is applied to total sales, okay, to this column. That's why we are able to see it with dollar. Otherwise, it's stored as numeric only. If by seeing the data directly, we can assume the data is either a numeric or a character field. So by default, if you see, all the characters are left aligned and all the numerics are right aligned. Otherwise, if you want to see the data type of a particular variable, then we can also go to properties. Here we will be able to see the data type which are present for it along with its length and formats which are applied to it. And in case if there is any label, these are the label. Now, in case if we want to create a new column in SAS, what we can do is we need to write the column name. Let's assume I'll take the help of the data which is available here, and let's assume that what I want to do is I'll subtract sales from return to get the exact amount, and maybe my column name is exact. To create a new calculated field or calculated column, what I need to do is I need to just write sales minus the second column name, that is return, and I'll get the data. So when I do a select run, it will simply run that particular code which is selected. Otherwise, it will run the entire code. So if I see in the end, I am getting a new column named as exact, and this should have the numeric data type with which will subtract sales from return. So 29761 minus 769 is 28992. Since we haven't applied any format, so this is only numeric type. Similar to this, if we want maybe a default column, let's say column 1 with some default value of numeric type 252, we can simply add it like this. Or in case if we want to create a column of character type, we can either use a single quote or a double quote to put it, and simply after writing it we can put a semicolon and run it. So if I'll run, I'll get two columns in the end. Column 1 which will have 252 for each record available and char type written for each available record. So this is how we can check the data type and create the calculated field in SAS. I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.